Hi, I am Nazlı. I am co-founder and CEO at Monday Hero. In this video, I will show you how to create an iOS application using Monday Hero, and I will also tell you why we started building this application too. In Monday Hero, we are trying to help product teams build their applications 50% faster. And we are doing that by automatically converting Adobe XD, Figma, and SketchUp designs into code for product teams so that product teams can actually make and code production-ready applications much faster, up to 60% using Monday Hero. So let's start with an example, and then I will show you how to create a screen, and then I will also show you how to create custom components too. The process starts from the design. So I will go back to my Figma file, and in this Figma file you can see there's a travel application, and Monday Hero is connected to Figma with plugin, and we also support Adobe XD and Sketch too. Once you download the plugin, you will see it under the plugins menu, and I click plugin. Then first I need to log into the plugin, so I click login and I give access to the project file, and now it is ready to use. As a second step, I need to give the Figma file URL, so I click share and I click copy link and I paste it here. Now the plugin is ready to use. The only thing that you need to be careful in the design is icons. So here, as you can see, there's an icon and it's consisting of 3 different layers. However, if we directly upload this image to Monday Hero, we will get 3 different images, as you can see here. However, as a developer, I would need one icon like this in my application and in my code. So I need to select 3 of these layers, and I right click and group this selection. Once I group this selection, there's a button here that says export, and I click export. And once I click export, now Figma groups these images, this image, and I can also see in the preview that this is 1 image instead of 3 images. And I don't need to download this icon to my local. All I need to do is just clicking this button so that I can make sure that it's 1 image and it's grouped correctly. So now let's start uploading the designs to Monday Hero. I'm selecting the screens that I want to upload. I click export. Then I will create an empty project. Let's say this is a travel app. And I select iOS and I click create, and I start importing to the project. Now Monday Hero gets everything from design tool to Monday Hero. It gets every image, every color, every text style that's in the Figma design files, and it also creates the code too. So if you have already given any names in your design file, as you can see here, like let's say your designer or you named the textiles Monday Hero or colors, Monday Hero will also get them automatically from Figma, so that you can make sure that you are on the same page with textiles and color names in your project, and it will be much easier to develop the application in that case. Now there are all of the screens are uploaded to Monday Hero. So I click to my project. First, in the first step, I will see all of the components, reusable components that I created on Monday Hero here. And on the screens, you will find all of the screens that you uploaded. And on the last tab this is the theme tab. You will find all the colors, text styles, all of the strings, and assets here. For the colors, text styles, and strings, you can just rename them if you don't like the names that Monday Hero gives, or if your designer or you already defined the names in Figma, it will also automatically get it here. And Monday Hero will add them into one file so that all the code will use this one file with the reusable color names, so that in all of your pages, screens, and all of your components, it will automatically use these names that you see here. Same applies for text styles and strings too. So in text styles, you also see the missing font warning here. You can add any font file here, so that once you upload this font file, it will also be uploaded into your code base too. So let's close this, and now let's go to our screens and start creating our screens. First, let's start from login screen. As you can see, Monday Hero will automatically get everything as images, text, or as views. However, this is not a text and this is not a view, so that this should be a button. And you can do that easily with Monday Hero. You can select both of the layers. You can either select create new instance of a button, or you can right click and say this is a new instance of a button. They are both the same thing. So I click here, and here I can give it a variable name. Let's say I want to name it as login button, and I click finish. And my button is ready here. Right now I will do the same for text fields. So I am selecting this, and I click create new instance of a text fields here, and let's say this is a password text field, and I select password entry type for masking the password, and I click finish. And I will do the same for email text field too, and I click finish. Right now I created all of the components that I need on my screen. There's a button here that says Marker is ready, and I click that because I created all of my components. And as you can see, the code is automatically generated here with the design details. So let's see the code that we created. We named this button as login button, and you can see it here. Let's see what we get as login button. So Monday Hero got the corner radius. It also got the background color. It also gave the login color, and it also automatically got the text styles, and also gave the paddings in the design. Also then it's connected that string to the string file too. So instead of coding all of these design details, Monday Hero automatically got them from the design and created it for you here. And this is one page that you can directly download the code and play it in your project. However, as a developer, we generally create custom components, and we are mostly using them. So let's see how we can create a list, and then we can create a another custom reusable component. Here I have a list page, so I will go to that. I want to make this part of the screen as scrollable, and I actually want to get this as a list view, so that it is called table view in iOS development. So I will select create new instance of a table view. Let's give it a variable name. Let's say this is new post list, and I click next. Then as a second step, I am selecting the part that is in the table view that will repeat itself with the data from the API. So I will select this, and let's say this is new post cell. And you can also rename the layers here, because you will get this into your code, so you can actually edit the code here easily. So let's say this is photo image, here profile name, then updated time, and you can just give any name that is understandable in your code, and you can click finish, and it will be created. The component will be created with the names that you give into your project. So right now it created the table view, and I will click mark as ready to see the code that I have now. As you can see, it created the table view, and we already give the name of new post list, so I will search for it here. And this is the code, and then this code is also connected to the reusable cell that we just created with the name new post cell. So let's go and see this reusable component under components menu. You can see this is our component, and here it's code that's automatically created, and you can see we already updated the code with the names that we give, so that this is actually the code you generate as a developer, not just like a computer generated code, but this is like an assistant for you to actually quickly code this screen much faster. So this component is also created from scratch, and you will see this list screen table view cell component here, and you also have this too. What other components do I need as a developer? I also need to get, for example, reusable buttons, reusable text fields. So I have a sign up button here, and maybe I will use the same button in this screen too. So I actually want to create a reusable component for this button, and I can also do it quickly on Monday Hero. So we created just a button, and it's not reusable. So I will delete this, and I will create the reusable button with you now. I am selecting this part again, and I click more. It says create a custom, and I select button. And right now, first it's asking me for the variable name, and this variable name will be used on the screen. So I will give it a name like login button, and then it's asked me for the component name that will be reusable, and you can always extend any component from this with this component name. So let's say this is a primer button for me, and I click finish, and right now I have this primary button, and you can see the code is updated with primary button, and I also have this login button here, and you can see it is also connected with setter method, so it is actually using the same code for this primary button. So let's go and see the primary button code. Under components screen, we can see our primary button, and I will click here, and you can see here, this is the code that is reusable, and you can use it with setter methods and setter methods in other screens too. And you can also connect this button to other screens on Monday Hero too if you don't want to connect it manually. So I am selecting this part, and I right click again, and I say this is new instance of a custom primary button, and let's give it a variable name. Let's say this is a sign up button, and I click finish, and I will click mark as ready before just coding all of these components so that we can see that this login button this primary button is also connecting to this page. So here you can see this sign up button extends from the primary button, and you can see it's also using the same code into with primary button. So right now we have seen how to create reusable buttons, and you can also do the same for text fields and other components. And let's say you have custom views, and we can also create them, and this is one of the things that you are probably using most. So let's assume that we want to use this part of this screen as a custom view. So I am selecting this part, and I click custom view, create custom view, and let's give it a variable name. Let's say this is a profile view. I will select again because I still selected, and I click finish. Now I created the reusable component. I can see it by clicking here, and I can also see this custom component under views too. So right now we created reusable components. We also created some screens as a developer, and we also generated all the code for colors, text styles, and strings. So now let's download and see the results. I will click download code. I will click travel app, Xcode project. Trust and open. Okay. Now there's fonts folder. If you uploaded any fonts in the theme tab, you will see all of the fonts here. This is the all components, custom components that we created. All of the reusable components are here. Primary button, new post cell, profile view, and you can find all of the screens that you created here, and all of the colors and font styles are under text under styles folder. And also you can find all of your assets in 1x, 2x, and 3x here. And also you can find all of your storyboard files here too, that you marked as ready, of course. Okay, now let's click to components. You can see this is a reusable zip file, which is used so commonly. So you can just select and create a table view cell, or you can just create any custom view using Monday Hero, and it's up to you which component that you want to create. And this is also our primary button that is here, and screen codes, and here are colors and fonts too. One question that I get is, does Monday Hero give responsive code? I mean by responsive is constraints. We give constraints, as you can see here. However, it's on beta right now, so we don't guarantee that they are always true. So let's say you don't like the results here, please just delete this and you can create your own constraints quickly here by just using any your own with iOS information. And what we give here is, you don't need to like code every design detail. That's already static files, and you can just create them. You can create all of your screens really quickly using Monday Hero, and you can fasten your development 50% in your mobile application. Once you get all of the code from Monday Hero, all you need to do is connecting these screens to your backend, and you get your production ready app, and you can release your application and make sure that you code your application really fast. So that's all. Thanks for taking the time to watch this demo. And if you have any questions, you can reach me out, and I would be happy to help you and answer your questions. See you.